Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. The narrator's still sick, I'm afraid. Could be out until the weekend's over, I'd say. But anyway, I'm here for Descent. So let's go to the Fancy Flight website to find out and talk all about the art, which has become a hot potato on this subject. Alright peeps, I thought I'd do this quick video as I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos for Descent about the art style. So, there is a new post that I'm going to show you all about that I did in April. So we're going to go back to that article just to talk about the art. But first, one quick thing about I've noticed is when you go to products now, it has Terranov, and it specifically puts Legends of the Dark on the side here as if it's a different thing. And anyway, we'll follow this in. Now, some people think the price is 175. You get this actually cheaper if you go to miniaturemarket.com. I think it's around 155 or something like that. They still haven't got the playmat in the store as of yet. But anyway, we're going to go to the art here now. They're saying that the art has been inspired by the Descent older games. You can see they give this example: the first edition, second edition, third edition, and when you put the three together here, it does look quite similar. Now, I understand that you might think the art in this new edition isn't as good as what you think it is, but you know that's. You know, the whole reason that they're doing the art style is because it's in keeping with the Descent franchise. And further down here, you can see that in Rune Wars, they've got characters coming over. Baron Zakharev here is going to be, so there's going to be like a crossover here. But the art style, even on the Rune Wars art style, which some people might think is better, Descent is taking a different art style because it's going for a slightly cel-shaded art style. You can see the black, it's not as thick cel-shaded, but it has got black really going around a lot of the things. So the cel-shaded effect is certainly there. And I actually appreciate it, and I think it's quite cool now coming in here. Now, as for this guy here, some people might not enjoy this art, but first of all, this guy is deaf. Is he deaf? He's not deaf, he's blind. Is he deaf? No, he is deaf. He's deaf, so his eyes are much wide open, and he's arching forward here because he's kind of old, but he has like nice feathers, and he has like this nice cloak. When you kind of read what the artist's done, it has done like a nice kind of thing here. But just before I end the video, I want to compare some art styles with some other dungeon crawls out there, just to show you something that might blow your mind of where you might be thinking. But now the art also, it's going to be inside the app, and here you can see you got Cirrus here, who's going to be fighting one of the enemy types, and they want the app to actually animate too. So you're not just looking at 2D images here of putting in your dice rolls. It is going to animate the combat to make it a little bit more interesting. And you can play this video here to see it. As you can see, the animation itself is more of stylized. As you can see, it's kind of moving around. They mentioned that the weapons and the armor had like their own components. I don't know if it's going to update like different stuff that you have on your character. Like if you pick up armor, will it change your character in the game? And if they are doing that, that might have suggested why they're going for a art style which is a little bit more simplified, because they're going to be doing animations with it also. And so in one regards, the design of the art was to bring it from 2D and go into a kind of 2D animated style, which is why they've predominantly gone cel-shaded, because cel-shaded 2D art translates to animated much better than anything else. All right, you can get all this down in here, and it's quite a good article. And if you look at the lower guide art, you can see the cell shaded characters all in the picture here, and it's looking really, really nice. And I think as we get going through the gravy train, we get to see more of the elements. The art will start to grow on you, and probably when we see more of the app coming out, we should really get more kind of entertained, because the app is going to be showing us almost like movies to show us what happens at the end of a campaign. You're not just reading from a book what happens at the end of that dungeon. You're actually going to get some kind of cinematic on the screen. So everyone's going to have to be sharing the app when the end of the thing ends. So what they're trying to do, the designers, is bring in this cinematic moment to the end of the dungeon, which sounds awesome. It really does. Now, so if you don't like the art, why not liking the art? And I think that most people is because they've seen what the art looks like in other games. Now, a good example of this is Tanara's Adventures, and for example, if I show you this Death Knight here, the art looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the Queen of Dragons. She looks fantastic. Look at the design in the armor here, but again, it's just 2D. This is not going to 3D, which is, sorry, animated, which is what Fantasy Flight are doing. And but even so, it's like, let me show you a character from Madara, and I'm showing you Nyx here, who is kind of a cartoon, and look what they did with her, with Tanara's Adventures, as they brought over this character. They stylized her completely different, and it would have been great if this is what happened to Descent, where it went from the 2D of the old and went into this newer style, which is what Tanara's did on the crossover with Madara. And I think that is kind of why some people are a bit let down, because they expected some kind of evolution of the art. But I have to say, in defense of Fantasy Flight, it's because they want this animated system where stuff you're doing in the dungeon will have cinematic consequences and results. And for me, that's new in the genre, and it really sounds cool. And please let me know in the thoughts what you think of this video of the art. Have you got a better appreciation of it? Are you still on the fence? Are you still not happy with the way things are going? But let me just say this. If you're not happy, just stay on the fence for a little bit. I'll keep producing videos when we get new stuff, and hopefully we can get more examples of some great art, especially when we see these animated ends to the dungeons, if they show them. And then it'll kind of go, okay, I now understand why they went 2D art, cell shaded. I know why they went like this. I can now see the details in the art after reading about it from the posts and stuff like that. Hopefully this will bring you a bit more happiness to where the art is going. Anyway, I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. I thought I'd bring this video to you because of the comments in the Descent videos I've been doing. So I thought, instead of just replying to everybody about it, I'll just do a video because I think it'd be more appreciated by the community. So thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.